Hi, I am Tomoaki ISHIDA. I am a junior majoring in life sciences, especially biomedical sciences, at立命館 University. We are surrounded by many stressors and feel stressed because of them. It is essential that each of us has some way to ease stresses. In my case, I ease stresses by playing with them. They are dogs I have. The effect of playing with animals is supported by Animal Assisted Therapy (AAT). According to Morita, the technical assistant at Saga University Center for Education and Research in Agricultural Innovation, it was observed that AAT had the effect on the frontal lobe of the brain when subjects saw a picture of an animal. The frontal lobe is the part that controls humans' emotions. The activation of this part leads to a positive change of emotion, so we can ease stresses by AAT. However, as you watch, dogs barking is really noisy and it causes troubles among neighbors. According to Sumo Journal, in Japan, a noise and a problem related to pets occupy a high degree of any problems among neighbors. Because of this, there is a fear that AAT causes problems among neighbors. I think that this is a serious problem. In my daily life, I use another method to get rid of stresses. In my project, I name my method Tom method. It is abbreviated for my first name, Tomoaki. Purposes of my project are to generalize Tom method to a comfortable method and build a flow of generalization of Tom method. From now, let me explain what Tom method is. When I face problems causing stresses, I divide me into two roles, a subjective man and an objective man. The subjective man is emotional and he only says what he wants, while the objective man is calm and he analyzes both problems and surroundings. I let them discuss my problems and they make a solution and it will be returned to myself. This is an outline of Tom method. Tom method is based on cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, which is the one method of psychotherapies. According to Ito, a clinical psychologist, regarding CBT, the situation where we feel stresses consists of two factors, the stressor and the reaction to stressor. And reaction to stressor consists of four factors: recognition, mood and emotion, reaction of the body, and behavior. These factors have correlationship. From the viewpoint of CBT, we try to face the stressor by using the way called coping. Coping is one of the important concepts in CBT, and it means the handling with the person uses on purpose. We control our recognition and behavior by coping to break the vicious circle of stresses. According to Paquette, it was observed that CBT has the effect on the dorsolateral prefrontal cortex and the parahippocampal gyrus of the brain of patients with spider-phobia. The dorsolateral prefrontal cortex controls the self-regulation of the fear, and the parahippocampal gyrus is related with an automatic reactivation of the contextual fear memory. CBT represses the significant activation of both parts, so we can ease stresses by CBT. Please look at this table, which shows some elements of both methods, AAT and Tom methods. Compared with AAT, there is no fear that Tom method causes problems among neighbors because CBT doesn't require the assistance of animals. As a result, it can be said that Tom method is more comfortable to use than AAT. I show that Tom method is more comfortable to use. So, from now, I'd like to generalize Tom method. The key part of Tom method is that the person divides one's own self into two roles. The procedure in the blue circle. To master this procedure, I focused on imaginary friend. According to Moriguchi, the associate professor at Joyce University of Education, the imaginary friend is the incorporeal existence and it is recognizable to one's own self who has the imaginary friend. An only child, including me, tends to have the imaginary friend. There are two types of the imaginary friend. The one is that the person treats the stuffed toy as a really existed friend. The other one is that the person doesn't need the stuffed toy and any items. Based on the concept of imaginary friend, I built the procedure of generalization of Tom method, because the key part of Tom method is the same as creating two imaginary friends. First, people assign a role to stuffed toy because it is easy to assign a role to stuffed toy. In this step, the important step is that people try to accustom to assigning a role. Second, people try to assign a role to everything around them. For example, a pencil and an eraser. This step is the practice in dividing one's own self into two roles. Finally, people practice using Tom method. In this step, people are accustomed to dividing one's own self into two roles. In conclusion, Tom method works on the brain, and there is no fear of causing problems among neighbors. So Tom method is more comfortable to use than AAT. The procedure of generalization is stuffed toy, everything around us, and no item in order. In other words, the step of generalization is to accustom, to train, and to practice. They are references of my project. By this video clip, I hope that all of you master this technique, Tom method, to get rid of your stresses. Thank you for watching this video.